Hello, boys and girls. This is the Friday chill.
Time to chill.
Yeah, time to chill. Absolutely. So this is Kohán.
And my name is Kaori.
So welcome back. Today, what shall we talk about? We kind of discussed before to talk about social media as it is, and maybe concerts at this situation, online versus real.
Right.
How you say?
Real in-person live concert.
Yes, with all the noises, you know.
Yeah.
In candy and all with the bad side of that.
Exactly. Cell phone ringing.
Yo, absolutely.
Right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Right.
Gary, could you tell me, for example, for you, how did your social media activity changed the last 1 year after the pandemic?
I think for me, I became a little bit more mindful of, I think before the pandemic, social media is, for a lot of people, it's a place where you sort of create the side of you that you want people to see, but it's not necessarily the reality. It's just a small part of it, right? That makes you look glamorous, or makes you look this or that, and then that's what we sort of did. And then especially in countries like Japan or US, or we tend to do that, and then that's okay, but it also sort of it could be a little bit dangerous, because you're almost like creating an alternative personality.
Yes, so sorry to interrupt you.
No.
I have a very good friend, and he told me he exactly heard from very close friends of him that during the pandemic, some friends of him, they tried to post that now I'm in New York, now I'm in Israel or anywhere in the whole world, and no, they were sitting at home in Hungary. They couldn't go outside, funny. Absolutely, but they tried to show something what they are not doing at the moment, and they got the reaction. Oh wow, congratulations! Yeah, do your best, and all of that kind of things, those kind of things. So this is this is our reality. So if you say something on social media, so one side is people believe it, and the other side, the big question is, of course, in any case, I never lie on my social media. But this is a very fair question. Where lie starts? What is lie? If you just coloring something better than it is, because at one point we all do this, don't we?
Right. No, I don't think none of it is a lie. I think it is a version of yourself, one version of yourself. The danger of it is that it's the same with filters and selfie filters and everything. It's like, it's not a lie per se, it's still you, but you can do so much nowadays that it sort of like gives strange perspective. And then if you're doing that, you're an adult and you do that for yourself, fine, whatever, it's your life, you can do whatever you want. I use filters, I'm not gonna lie. You know what I mean? And then I try to hide the blemishes or whatever, and that's fine. But if it becomes this too one-dimensional, too much in one-dimensional, I think it could be a little bit dangerous. And then to answer to your question earlier, since the pandemic began, I think I became a little bit more mindful on what I post, how I post, because I realized that there are so many people that are suffering. There's so many people that are hurting. There's so many people that lost their jobs, so many people that lost their apartment, so many people that are sick, so many people that lost their loved ones. So I don't...
In this case, what aspect you got more mindful?
So basically,
to have more empathy about them, or
right. So like, for example, like I don't necessarily post too much about, look at me, I'm having so much fun. You know, or like when I do that, I shouldn't apologize for it either. But whenever I do that, I do it with the underlining idea of how grateful I am to be able to do this. You know, how thankful I am. Instead of like, look at me, my life is awesome. Does that make sense? There is like a, you know, I'm not saying nobody should be posting anything happy. I'm not saying that. I am about to go to the beach, you know, this weekend, and you probably might see like some photos from the beach. But you know, and then I am really so grateful that I am in a place where I can do that, where I can enjoy that socially distanced, whatever. Yes, but you know what I mean. That's itself is such a privilege. So I think how I changed my social media idea of the social media is I became a little bit more, at least try to be a little bit more mindful on how we post whatever that we want to post. Does that make sense?
Yeah, of course. You know, to go a little deeper into this kind of what is a lie or what is a reality. For example, one thing what I learned through the kid is you know, basically I don't post with the kid. Very sometime I have a post where people can say her face or something, but basically, you know, the image about family or kids is like, this is cute, this is super fun, we are happy to, and no, actually absolutely not. I mean, of course, family can be a very good and strong thing, but the reality of a family is Papa, I don't like that, you know. So this is 80% of the time. So the reality is absolutely not covered by that one photo. But for example, cute photo, and after, no, Papa, stop shooting at me. I mean, not shooting at me. Shoot. So, but sometimes you wish, like you are shooting, and no, don't do that, and you start to think about, no, cool down, and but really.
Yeah, but the thing is that, I mean, yes, but the thing is that, again, like, that is a very good example of this super cute photo, this super happy family photo, a super, you know, then seriously, your kid is the cutest ever. That's also reality. You know, you're not using a model child. You're, you know, it's your own child, right? So it's like, and then she makes that face. She makes that, you caught that right moment.
True.
So it's not a lie. It's not a lie.
True.
But
and now
again, no,
yes,
sorry.
please.
But again, if it only becomes that, so that everybody started to think like, oh my God, Kohán child is like this. It's just, you know, like a model. You know, and then she must be so well behaved, and she must be so blah blah blah, and then you must be so happy, and la 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 la. Then we just have to realize that nobody's saying we cannot do that, but we have to realize what we are doing.
For example, in this case, I have to say, really, what changed in the last 1 year is I saw many kind of posts from friends that, for example, they talk very honestly about the bad side of pandemic, and actually this was a kind of very, we could sense kind of a reality through this. But for example, back to what I said about the kid and have a line connected to music. For example, of course you will not, or maybe you will post that something we have some difficulty with the family, in my life, COVID, anything. But for example, what happened, the music side of social media, we get the first lockdown, and immediately, without quality control, all the content from people started to spread on social media. And one aspect is, I saw many things, but for example, if there was something high quality, I noticed a few content creators, musical content creator, what is very, very edited, what is not problem basically. So also I edit my stuff. But I noticed a few things. What was, for example, if it's over edited and making something that is unrealistic, really unrealistic.
Yeah, like
and for
take out all
example,
the breathing.
yes, or anything.
Yeah.
But actually, even more, and so also I did editing. Actually, I did heavy editing, but always I tried to keep the border at. It should be able to do real. So I tried to never go over my capabilities.
Right.
And but what I noticed is people throwing out their thing, and very often it's over reality. And what I'm questioning is, it's not bad. It's kind of cool what they can do. So really, it's very entertaining. But there is an other side when young people see this and, oh, I cannot do this. Nor they cannot do this for real. But as an adult, you don't care. But young kid, maybe they can lose their motivation that I will never be able to do this. Therefore, okay, just I'm stop making effort.
Absolutely, that's exactly the same with what I was saying earlier about like each social post. It's like, you know, the young people see it, you know, and then it's like, oh my god, I will never have this life. So like my life is useless, and then her life is so glamorous. Same with heavy filtering. I can never have that face. You know, I wanted to have bigger eyes, slimmer nose, this and this, and then you know what I mean? It's like you started. It's a skewed perception. It's not. You know, if the young ones that started to believe that, and then started to think this is the way it has to be successful as a musician, to be beautiful as a woman, to be successful in life, then that's. Or the young mother sees your child photo, is like, oh my god, my kid would never be able to do this, therefore like my kid is a bad kid and then your kid is an amazing kid. It's not true. But the thing is, you know what I mean? It's like it's so it's definitely true with this online heavily edited concert thing. It's great, but you need to have the right balance. And I agree with you. I also don't. The complete opposite side of new phenomenon after pandemic is that people started to sort of like using, for example, like the Japanese, you know, application is like Ichinana Live, you know, it's like yes. You know what I mean? It's like Instagram kind of thing, but basically you just do a live, and then all you do is like you kind of play whatever. It's like, okay, what would you like me to play? And then somebody said, okay, can you play Flight of the Bumblebee? And then you play Flight of the Bumblebee, you know, that kind of thing. And that is completely not edited, but it's also not quality controlled either in the other way. And that's also dangerous. That's also like, you know what I mean? It's also dangerous. And
do you have anything like that in America, like Ichinana Live?
No, I don't think so.
No.
Not that I know of.
So just explain a little to people who not familiar with such kind of thing. So is this a free application? You can watch content for free?
Yes, exactly. So it's just like Instagram, right? Instagram has Instagram Live.
Yes, but here the point is you can support the artist. So basically, artist gets money through this application.
Right.
Actually, I don't even want to discuss about it. I mean, is it correct, or is it fair or not? Is it a good thing or not? Because who I am to judge?
Right.
Simply, without any judging, what happens in this kind of application? People can watch content for free. They can spend money on the content creator. The only thing is what is maybe questionable is the quality control. Quality control and can we say kind of sexualism, or how to say? So basically, many situations, cute young girls playing an instrument, for example, sometimes, not always, sometimes questionable quality, but they are cute, therefore they are supported by other men who cannot do anything with their money, kind of thing.
We have to be careful not to generalize too much. However, having said that, it is often the case. But then again, we have to think about, and then that's why it works so well in the Japanese market as well, because Japanese, Japanese is all about cuteness. Japanese is all about the, the anime, the whatever, the cute girls with like high voice and they say hi everyone, la 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 la. That's the thing. So that's why it worked in this market, especially. Of course, even in a real life real-time musician life, without the Ichinanara or any kind of an online virtual world, we still have to, like, in order to get supporters and whatever, some people, like, I'm sure a lot of people come to your concert, because you're cute as well. And then are we to say, like, so those are not good fans? We cannot say that, but it's our job that whatever the first impression. So for example, if I look at you and then I thought, it's like, oh my god, this Kohán guy, he's like super cute, I'm gonna go to his concert. And then you go to the concert, it's like, wow, this guy is an amazing player. You know what I mean? And then that's what we want, right? So we do. It is okay to use that cuteness or femininity or the good looks or whatever. I think it's fine to use it if you want to use it, but you have to be able to, as an artist, you should be able to back it up with your talent, with your expertise. And then when you can't do that, when you don't do that, and just decide to have this skewed sense of, everybody loves me, and everybody loves my music because I've got so many fans. But in reality, these people are just for your looks and for your cuteness. Then you have to put yourself in check. You see, like, okay, so as long as you have a clear head, I think it doesn't matter what you do.
Kari, for example, so really to make it super clean, really, I'm not judging about this kind of format. Yeah. Simply what we try to make also with this talking is we should examine everything, we should question everything what is around us, because I don't know, for example, what I often say to my students too, that don't accept anything, even from me, from other teachers, so always listen and question. So is it realistic, is it good, not good? And for example, for this kind of Ichinan Live or other social network things, for example, once you told me about your project, the Music Beyond, once you told me, so who doesn't know Music Beyond? Okay, maybe better if just shortly could you? Okay, so explain?
Music Beyond is a NGO non-profit organization that I created 7 years ago, and it's basically we use the power of music to empower and transform people's lives in the Democratic Republic of the Congo. We do teacher training program, we do women's empowerment program, we build curriculum for the school because there's no music education in the school, things like that, to sort of like empower people, and then also for other people to get to know the country of Congo from a different lens other than being a victim and all that. Very short, yeah.
I would like to hear from your mouth. You told me a very, very specific term for what you want to reach with this, or what you want to not teach to them, but what you want to make them to notice. Or okay, I just say to understand about life. Okay, I say. So what you told me is hard work pays off. You told me
yes.
this.
Absolutely.
And we as musicians, we raised with this kind of mentality. So you work hard on an instrument, learning the instrument, learning the background of it, make hard work to master that thing. And this pays off because later you will get a job with it. You will possibly have a life what you really enjoy, and still you can make a, so you know what I mean. And for example, this kind of easy way of social network or each known life. So don't you think this kind of platforms don't really support hard work pays off kind of mentality?
Yeah, there are a lot of them. I think they are in for rude awakening after the pandemic is done. I say this to my student who does Ichinana Live too. I said, do whatever you want. You're an adult. You can do whatever you want. And as long as you practice, as long as you bring the result, I don't care what you do. However, if you, for 1 second, start to think that you are so famous and popular and whatever just because you are popular in a Ichinana Live world, after the pandemic is over, which it will be over at some point, and then when people go back into normal life, you will be in the rude awakening because those people are not going to be there for you. So the only reason for you, if you catch them, if you catch your supporters because of your looks or whatever, it's all about how you keep them. How you keep them. And then if you keep keeping them, if you keep keeping them with your looks, it's not going to last. It's not going to last because they're going to find the next cute younger thing soon, right? But if you catch them, but now you keep them because through your hard work, through your philosophy, through your humanity, through your musicality, through your talent, yeah, those people can be an amazing supporter for life, and that's what you should be striving towards. That's what I always tell them, you know. So I think I still do firmly believe that hard work pays off, and also the laziness, you will pay it. You will pay for it later. You know, it's like you might get very lucky for a few years, but that's it. No? So I might sound like an old, scary Asian tiger mom. but you know, I really do believe that. I really do. And then it's not just about the music. What's amazing about music? What's amazing about music education? You know, is that this whole hard work, like this discipline, the hard work to make something so beautiful, right? And then that you through that you get a little bit of a confidence, and in that confidence can translate into hope, translate into, okay, I want this, maybe I want the better life. It doesn't have to be, even if you don't ended up becoming a musician, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? And then also when you're studying for something else, you realize that, okay, that time when I had to practice 10 hours of clarinet, and then it was really hard, but as the end of it, you know, I could win the small competition somewhere. So now I'm going to apply this into whatever the profession that I'm in. Does that make sense? So that's why I think music is amazing and music is great, and I'm a full supporter of promoting hard work through music, because it's not, unlike sports. Unlike sports, it's not a clear win and lose. Everybody can win.
Yes.
You know, everybody can win in your own way if you work hard enough. Nobody is going to take that away from you. You know? So that is the beauty of it. Am I going too deep into it? I mean, just think about it.
No, but
it's 11:30 at night in my place, huh? So like I'm in this philosophical space right now.
But you know, this is a very hard question that everybody can win. I absolutely agree with this. Totally agree. Let me have a question. Actually, maybe we already go too far. Actually, I wanted to talk about also concerts, kind of stuff. But just shortly, please answer me this: are we living in a kind of system, music educational system, where where they try to teach that everyone can win? Is this the mentality what we are living in? So do your teachers, do the whole music education system, do they support this kind of message that everyone can win?
No. And I think they should more. Depends on, again, I should not generalize it because I'm sure like my teacher always did, right? So like depending on the teacher, depending on, you know, the system, depending on the school, depending on everything. But often no, because we became, we become such a competition world, and both you and I have done enough competitions, and both you and I are lucky enough to win a bunch of them, and that's great. And then that was a great, but for me, what I learned the most from winning those competitions were this confidence that, okay, if I work hard enough, this can happen. You know what I mean? Rather than I'm better than everybody else. I never feel like I'm better than everybody else. I don't. But so now I think now that we are in a position where we teach, I think it is important to sort of send a healthy message to the students so that we don't become, we don't contribute to the existing system of competition world. That does not mean that people should not go to a competition. No, it's not that. You can go to a competition, but it's not about how do my teacher, Paul Meisen, he had this famous saying, right? A day before the competition begins, he always tells his students who worked really hard, say like, now you're the winner for me. You're the winner. So if tomorrow when you wake up, if you don't feel like going to the competition, you don't need to go. Because to me, this is done. You came from here, you started here, and because of this competition, you came here. That
and it's already
nobody can take that away from you.
Yes.
Now, going to the competition, playing in front of people, and then having all these judges that, we hope all of them are really good judge, fair judge, but often we also know that it's not the case, because the judges are also, jury members are also human. So mistakes happen, whatever happens, right? So his thing was like, if you're gonna go to the competition, you go there to just play one last time. Have fun. And it doesn't matter if you win or lose, but know that you have already won.
Actually, this is one of the most beautiful idea or mentality that I have ever heard. But could you tell me, for example, your teacher, so this guy, how did he prepare you to competitions? I mean, until that very last point.
Yeah, he's hard, but he's very much about it's a battle against yourself guy. He's never about this person sounds better than you, therefore you have to play harder. No, it's not that. Or you have to practice harder. He's very much of like where you were yesterday versus where you are today. And where you are today versus where you will be tomorrow. So he's demanding, he was tough, he was never like mean, but he's he was demanding, but he was demanding in a way that you can do better. Last week you were doing this, and this week you're doing this. I think you could have done better. Or all right, that this was very good what you did, but how about if you did this? You know what I mean? Or like think about it. And see, he gives us this. He planted a seed for all of his students, where he planted a seed of confidence, critical thinking skills, and curiosity. So like it becomes like, okay, what else can I do? Okay, you know what I mean? It's like it becomes like that, rather than, so like we did have like group class and whatever, and we all are going to the same competition, but we never once felt jealous about other people, or we never once felt like, mean-spirited about other people, or like because that's not how he that was not his philosophy. And then you know, so I'm so grateful that I had a chance to study with Paul Meisen. His name is Paul Meisen. With him, and I have him as my mentor. He is the source of my inspiration as a flutist, as a teacher, as a founder of Music Beyond, all of that. Because that philosophy can get you the farthest that you can go, regardless of your levels, regardless of who you are. Does that make sense?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Really, this is fantastic because, you know, for example, from my side, okay, actually, now officially we can say we just switched to the competition topic.
Yeah,
tonight, but
that's true.
This is how it works. Yeah, exactly. That's why Friday chill, just freely.
Exactly. We just go.
So, you know, I was a very fat kid, and I went to competition first time in my life. Maybe I was 10 or something. And already that time, I really felt it like a competition, like I have to compete with others. I'm supposed to be better than others. I'm not sure why did I have this mentality, because of education or basically, you know, my 4-year-old kid also, she wants to be first always. No, I'm the first. So any situation.
Who is this?
My kid, my 4-year-old kid. So really, I can imagine this is a kind of psychology that just come with us. Yeah.
Right.
And after, so later, when I was 10, I got some special prize or something I couldn't win, and already it was a kind of not failure, but I was not so happy about that. And later, because of this, I wanted to try again, and I wanted to try harder. When I was 15, or yeah, maybe I was 15, I went to the high school competition, and again, special prize, no first, second, third or something. The first prize was a girl, and you know, in Hungary, most of the clarinetists are guys. Not so many, so there are girls, not so many girls, and you know, basically, I'm absolutely not a supporter of this thinking, but almost the whole world, you know, it's a man's world. So you know, basically the basic mentality is men should work, men should do things, women should stay at home in the kitchen. I mean, of course, now we are coming out of this. Right. But still many levels of the society, this kind of thinking is still there. Sure. And as a young uneducated mind, I had a kind of feeling that what a girl won that competition. I didn't.
Right. Yeah.
Yes, and this pissed me off. And 2 years until the next high school competition, I did amazing practice work. So already I did my very best because of this injury. And the next competition I could win. And how to say, all of my competing years, this was absolutely not healthy mentally. Okay. So I didn't do it for fun. I did it for, and also part of the story, I was a very fat kid, and I think this was one not the reason, but one chance to feel a little better
about yourself. Right.
Yes, I couldn't look better than the others, because you know, in any case, everything what we do. So for example, Kari, you're a beautiful woman, so no. we all know this, and you know, you make your hair, you put on makeup. Why? So of course you don't want to look better than another person, but
you want to look the best that you can.
Yes,
Right.
Or yes, okay. Actually, this is not. I can't connect to music because I cannot connect to my situation because I wanted to play better than others because I had so big how to say
you had a complex.
I had complex, right. Yes, and because of this I wanted to, at least if I cannot look better, I cannot feel better. Actually, opposite, I always felt more like I have less value because of I look worse than the others. Therefore, I tried to compensate. But basically, all of us, everyone has some complex. I think bigger, smaller, deeper, not so, but everyone has something.
Yeah.
And we try to compete, and this is why I really, now with my adult mind, I really love this mentality what you told about your teacher. But you know, for example, connected to this kind of things, the next question is competition good? I mean, you know, if we don't compete, how do you push it to the limit? Because I think if you want to be the best of yourself, you don't push it until the limit.
Right. Okay, I would love to answer to that in my own way, but before I answer that, can I just say how important of a topic that you just talked about. I think whoever that is watching this, that must have a lot of people that have the same sort of an issue. You know what I mean? Like they have a complex in one way, whether if it's your weight or the looks or this or that, it doesn't matter. Like, you know, and then, but I applaud you for sharing that story, and then I'm very grateful that I'm the listening end of that story now. And also in a way I applaud you for finding clarinet to be the place where you compensate for your complex. You know, it could have been a lot worse. It could have been a lot worse thing that you do to compensate for your complex, no? And then there are a lot of people in the world that couldn't find, you know, healthy thing like clarinet or like music to struggle. So I think this is like such an inspiring story. So I just wanted to say thank you. And so now, without a competition, can we push ourselves to the limit? That was the question, right? Yeah. I think competition is wonderful for that reason. Competition is a great excuse for us to set a short-term goal and really sprint towards that goal. It's not, competition is not a marathon, right? Competition is more like a sprint, like you have whatever, whether it was 3 months, 6 months, whatever, 2 months of this practicing time and getting ready, and then you know, it's a special thing. It's a special weird thing that you have to do. But I think the goal of the competition, to me at least, is not about winning. The goal of the competition, not to become the prize winner, let's say, but the goal of the competition is to push yourself to your limit so that you come out of the competition with a little more confidence in yourself. It's like, wow, whether that confidence can be like, wow, I could work that hard. I didn't know that I could, you know, I could work that hard. Or wow, because of that competition, I never liked Mozart, but now I feel like I'm beginning to understand Mozart. Or wow, because of the competition, I could not do these certain things technically, but it forces me to get that done. Do you know what I mean? Like all of those things. So I think competition can be a really healthy thing if we use it, but we have to use competition to our advantage rather than having the competition consumes you.
Yeah, this is absolutely right. But you know, for this you have to be super conscious, because for example, I could always have to say push myself to get a goal, to work hard for that goal, but after I'm just standing there and okay, I done, even if, for example, especially if I could win, still I'm in the mood of no, I have to be the best, because until that I speeded up myself to
Right.
yes, do it, yes, you know, and
Right.
for this, I was not so conscious about this. Have to get out. I'm very sorry. I think soon I run out battery too.
Okay.
And also,
we'll have to finish
I think we are
this
over.
Is a long one.
Yes, this is a long one.
Whoops.
So
But
surely
you guys enjoyed it.
And
But this is,
sure
I mean,
we should-
obviously, this is a topic where we feel really passionate about.
Yes.
I mean, I kind of have a feeling that a lot of listeners who are in the music industry
Oh, yes.
also feels quite passionate about. So whatever that you felt, comment below,
yeah.
right?
So
and then we can have the
last
conversation going.
Yeah, last video we didn't really get comments, and so the point of Friday Chill is not to spread it wide, to not who watches it watches, but if we can help even one person, it's worth it. In my opinion.
Absolutely. If yeah, exactly. If just one person get one sentence away from this whatever 30, 45, 50 minutes of thing, that's amazing. And then also this is like, I think of this like a community. Do you know what I mean? It's the community, like little community that you and I are starting. And then so more people that comment, more people that are saying like, wow, I had this kind of experience too, or wow, that story of Kohán really woke me up, or wow, I still struggle with how to take competitions, whatever, like, just say anything that you want to say, and we will talk about that, right? Like then the next time. And so we are not going to ignore you, so
Okay,
it'll be nice.
so
All right,
thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching,
And
and thank you
we'll
for
continue.
talking, Kohán.
Yeah,
All right.
always a pleasure.
Good night. I'm gonna go to bed.
And I go to work.
Oh
Yeah. So if you didn't catch up, Kari lives in New York.
I'm in New York.
I live in Tokyo. We are absolutely almost the two opposite sides of the world. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
All right.
have
But
a
it was
good
so
night.
much fun,
Yeah.
and have a wonderful day, and I'll
Thanks.
see all of you soon.
See you.
Bye.
See you guys. Bye.